So after you've done your center and you've hopefully remembered to have your scissors in your hand, you're going to stitch your side. Now, this needs to be whichever side you are not using for your closure. I am using a left side, which again is the correct side for a closure on a women's garment. However, if for reasons you want to do a right side or you mess up and you want to do it instead of taking it out, it is okay. It's not the correct way. But again, for adaptations, there are things that you modify. So I am going to go ahead and stitch this. Now it does have a curve, so you do want to keep that in mind. You don't want to make this completely straight or you will lose that curvature that goes with this. So you'll have your seam open up. Now something that you do want to do is if you're using sew-in interfacing, you kind of do want to go ahead and trim this so you don't have too much bulk. If you're using, like I am, a iron-in, you just go ahead and you pull it up. And then along the stitching line, so I've pulled it up from my excess here, and I'll do the same on this other side. You just pull that up. Now you can either trim this or along the stitching line you should be able to just rip it if it's iron in. And that's going to take that extra bulk out of that seam allowance. Like with most things, if you don't have the bulk, you don't really want it. It's going to make it lay a little flatter. Now for the center place, that's a little bit more difficult. I recommend doing that once you have it stitched so that you don't lose it all the way up because it is not stitched all the way. There is a way to do it. That way would be to go ahead and pull it up part way, just part way there. Okay, you don't want to pull it all the way up and lift it all the way here, so you will just go ahead and then snip it so that you can rip it over to that center side there. And then you'll just end up with a little square out of it. And that is fine too. Or you can wait until the very end and follow it up. And either one is really okay. It depends on how comfortable you feel with it. So from here, your next step is going to be not stitching it on yet. Don't jump ahead. That's 2 steps from now. So what you're going to do is you're going to iron your seams open. So you'll iron your side seam open, and yes, you're going to iron your front so that you have that iron flat to match there, okay? Then you will go ahead and fold up a 1/4 inch. We're going to fold up this edge on the bottom, which is the one without the notches. Okay, the notches are going to be connected to the skirt. So you're going to fold up your bottom edge about a 1/4 inch and stitch that so that when you put your waistband on and you stitch your right sides to right sides for your waistband with your skirt and you flip it, you will have this very finished edge. Now, again, if you're serging, you can go ahead and serge this. It's not going to have the same look. It won't be as vintage if you serge it, but again, that's completely fine as well. And I will go ahead and iron that and stitch it, and then we will be putting our waistband on next.